So you have full license from me. You don't have to hold back.
I won't hold back.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Around the Table, and today it's a very, very special one. I'm going to introduce my guest, an extraordinary guest, and I would like everyone to get a cup of coffee, get a cup of tea, get some biscuits, because this one's going to be a very, very unique episode. Uncle, it's a pleasure to have you here. I think a lot of people know the name Moeen Ali, right? In fact, 99% of the world knows Moeen Ali, but they don't know the story behind it. And today I want to go deeper than cricket. I want to understand the mindset, the sacrifices, and the truth behind raising champions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Moeen Ali's dad, Munir Ali.
Thank you. Yeah. Nice to be here.
Well, thank you very much for taking time out and being here with us.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to be here. I was looking forward to it, to be honest. Yeah. So
It's been a while. We've been trying to get the time right.
Damn right. Yeah.
But you know, yourself and Uncle Shabir as well. Now I'm gonna obviously refer you as Uncle as it is. You know, I'm just. Not, I'm not old enough to call you by your name, so Uncle it is.
Everybody calls me Uncle. Everybody calls me Uncle Munir.
Uncle Munir. Okay, the funny thing is my second name is Munir as well, so Jello. Uncle, take me back to the beginning, right? What was life like for you growing up between Pakistan and Birmingham? We want to go all the way back.
All the way back. Right. I was born in England in 1955. That's it. Twin. We were twins.
Right.
When we were very young, 6 months old, we were taken to Pakistan. But our father said to us, my mom is another thing. My mom is English. Yeah.
Right.
She's a white woman. So she would say, and my dad said that I want my sons to learn the language in Pakistan and do the basic studies in Pakistan and grow up as a Muslims from Pakistan. In those days, there was nothing much happening in England. I'm talking about 1955. There's no Islamic madrasas institutes and everything else. So we were taken. Within 6 months, we both developed a severe diarrhea and everything, vomiting and everything. And locally, where we lived in Azad Kashmir, in Dadial district, Mirpur, there was no local hospital.
Wow.
So what they did was took us to Rawalpindi. And they said that we were too weak to travel, but they took us to Karachi. So there was a doctor in Karachi. Somebody spoke from Islamabad, Rawalpindi to Karachi, the doctor hospital in Karachi. So we were in Karachi. We got there, I think, for 7-8 days. We were there. The doctor, the hospital was good.
Right.
We got the treatment. We got better. Our mom decided that we don't go back to Mirpur and Dadial again. We come back to England because
Also,
we were too young.
everybody went. Your father, your mother, everyone.
They went to take us there, but then they came back, and we were there for 6 months.
Okay.
We were raised by our grandparents. Yeah?
Acha, got ya.
Grandparents.
Makes sense.
So what happened then? From Karachi, we traveled back to England, and then when we were 18 months old, our dad said, "It's no good here. I'm going to send them back again. If they die, they die, but they're going to have the basic." So we went to Pakistan, and then alhamdulillah, we were much better then, and we went to school there and everything else. Came back to England when we were 10 years old, both of us. It was good. I mean, we learned our culture, and we spoke our own language, but the only thing was we didn't speak a word of English,
right?
Because there was no education there. And we got used to running in the sort of bariyan and all that sort of stuff, the fields and everything.
For people who don't know what bariyan is, it means fields.
Fields, yeah. So we run around in there and used the fields as a toilets, So we got sort of everything as a child would get.
Yeah.
We went to the river, and the side of the river, and used from one side of the river to the other side, we used to play and
wow.
That was a childhood, and we basic education in school as well. So And that was the beginning. Then we came back and
So when you came back, obviously you had no word of English, and there was no basic education about England and English. And how did you struggle with the fact that now you're back here, you're 10 years old. It's not like, you're 3 years or 4 years old, you still can go to nursery. You're 10 years old now. So, and then you developed a severe, it's a stammer, I think.
Stammer,
And how did that kind of shape you as a child at 10 years old?
Right. As a 10-year-old, we were trying to sort of explore a lot of things, but we were. It was difficult because we couldn't speak a word of English.
Yeah.
We went to the school for the first day. I remember we went to school. Our mother and uncle dropped us there, and when you have your break at 10 o'clock or something like that, 11 o'clock, we came to the gate thinking that was finished, and we were at the gate waiting for uncles and everything. And then this young lad came to the gate and he held us and took us back to the class. It wasn't 2 days into school that we realized that we have a break, and then we have a lunch, and then we go home. They come and pick us up for lunch. Then we drop back to school, and then they pick us up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, I think. But that was the time. So it was difficult because we couldn't speak. I remember one occasion we were doing mathematics in school, and I was quite good at mathematics, so I could divide and everything. Anything else, I couldn't do nothing because I couldn't understand. Our English was 0%.
Zero.
So we had to learn them. By the time we got to 14, 15-year-olds, we were beginning to understand. It was CSEs. In those days, it was CSEs. Like now you do GCSEs. In those days, you had to do CSEs, and then you do the next year. So we would sort of. I passed. I know I passed the art and craft. I think I did that, and mathematics I passed. English, I think I got grade C or something like that. So and all that. Beginning to understand, So I got grade C. I don't know how I got the grade C, but
I don't know how I got grade D.
so I got grade C. So and all that. And by now we are 17 and 18.
Yeah,
we are young men, but our English is still not very good. Our uncles and families wanted us to have a higher education. What they didn't understand was education higher was difficult because we were basic. People have done GCSEs and gone to the college and all that, and we've just about got through. So it was, and by that time I had started to play sport, cricket.
Yeah, let me guess what sport it was.
In school. So my enthusiasm was a bit more towards that than studying. At 18-year-old, I left school and I went in. I wanted to be. My family wanted me to become a doctor or something. Go into further education and all that. So I got a job in a hospital as a porter.
Right.
Yeah, at a Moseley Hall Hospital. I was 18, 19-year-old. I got there as a porter. 3-4 months later, I had already told them I would go to nursing. I applied for a job at the Rubery Hill Hospital, which is psychiatric hospital, and I got in. So I was a bit surprised that I got in to be in. I went for an interview. They asked me a few questions here and there and all that. I think they were looking for some male nurses, and they're going to find there was not many male nurses. And because it was a psychiatric hospital, they wanted. So that was another good factor for me. It wasn't that they were looking for a male nurse, and there's not many male nurses. I think on the ward first day I went. I was the only male nurse and everything, and it was good because among all the women, I was the only man. So it was an environment that I started to like because
obviously.
And what had happened there, I was the only one that used to wear 3-piece suit. You used to go to work a white 3-piece suit. And in those days, there was a movie. The John Travolta was what's its movie was where he was a dancer and wore a white 3-piece suit. Very famous movie. Yeah, it will come to me soon. Yeah. So I went to used to watch that and all that, and I just enjoyed the company and and all that. Although I do not. But the nursing, I was doing some studying, and all that. So I was doing SCN first, which is state enrolled nurse. You know, the one step away from the basics. Yeah, I done that, and then I passed that. That was a 2 year course. I think a 2 year course or three year. I passed that, and I by now hospital, not many male staff, only few, and there was
great.
certainly no Asian. I was the only Asian, yeah. And the other thing was that I was sort of young. I had a long hair and mustache, and I was a smart looking guy.
Yeah, you must have
I'm
been
not
the
going to praise
macho,
myself. Yeah.
the macho
Yeah,
man of that.
I was a smart looking guy, and all these most of the female nurses love working on the ward that I was on, yeah, because we used to have a good laugh and all that sort of stuff, everything was good. So that's how my confidence was. But the thing was that the other side at home and everything else being, they were still saying, the education and all, and from 10-year-old to 12, then unfortunately, the fortunate thing that happened, our parents separated.
Right.
And that left my father in Pakistan, mother gone away. So we were with the uncles and aunties and all that.
Really?
And they looked after us.
Yeah.
Our uncles here raised us, to be honest. Somehow we felt a bit inferior. I don't know why. Although but my twin brother was more so than me. Stammer started to come, we get a bit nervous. I was never any good on a telephone conversation. I remember speaking to my dad from Pakistan, and by the time I got in those days you had 1 minute or 2 minutes, yeah? And I don't know, something happened, and my dad rang, and I was at home, so I picked this. So by the time I said hello, with my stammer and everything, I heard the voice, time is run out. So my dad rang back and he said, who's home? I said, Bobby is home. And he said, give the phone to Bobby. So he spoke to Bobby instead of me. So we used to get nervous talking.
Of course.
And it was a difficult time for me, us brothers, because nervousness and everything.
And then, of course, the family dynamics.
What can I say? When you have your own mom and dad, it's a different story. And uncles were very good. I must say, they looked at us like their own children, but they had their own children.
Of course.
And, like, for example, if my mom was there, I would have said, Mom, I need £1 to go to shop, and I want to buy this. With uncles, although they were very giving and all that, but for us, it was difficult to ask.
Yeah.
Asking something, you sat there, my brother and me looking at each other. That Sunday was the day when we used to go to cinema. Yeah, us two brothers. Every Sunday we had to wait until one of our uncles come down, and so we can ask for money. And until they came down, when you come down from upstairs and all that, you go to the bathroom, you come back, you wash your hand. We were waiting for them to say, you going to cinema today or not, or what's happening, and now. For them to say something, rather than us to say something. So that's the beginning of our life story and all that sort of.
So do you think because of that, you and your brother were together till today?
Well, we are twins, and when we were in Pakistan once, this is a true story. I was outside playing in the rain. Yeah, it was a rainy day, I was playing with the kids in the rain, and my brother had a temperature. And he was lying down, right? Now, you won't believe this. Doctor came, he checked him and checked me, and he said to my uncle, granddad, he said to my granddad, why is the other one in the rain? He is the one that's ill and not him. I came lie down, he was fine. Yeah, he was fine. I had my appendix operation. He was in Pakistan, Shabir, and I was here. I had my appendix operation.
Don't tell me he was getting the pain.
He was there in agony while I was having an operation. The doctor came and everything else. My uncle from there rung my hair to say, how's Munir? Yeah, they're just asking, how's Munir? And they said, oh, he's in the hospital last night. He had his appendix removed. And the uncle from there said, well, the Shabir was in ill old and pain and all that sort of stuff. So I was having my appendix removed, and he was getting the pain. Yeah. The other story is the doctor said here, our GP at the doctor Dennis, his name was.
Right.
He said that had appendix. He said he's going to have his out. A year later, he's had his appendix out.
And did you feel any pain?
No, I did not feel any pain.
That's so unfair. That's so unfair.
To be honest, I did not feel any pain. Yeah. But he had his appendix removed. I had my tonsils operation. Few years later, he's had his tonsils operation.
Wow.
We with us is that thing. It's a chemistry or something. If I'm upset about anything, even now, he would ring me to say how are you and everything else, or vice versa. I will always know that he's in trouble or he's got a bit of a
Because
problem.
how you feel,
How I
versa.
feel. Yeah, we married on the same day. Our wives are two sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, two sisters. Yeah, same day wedding. And the thing is we see we are 70-year-old now. Never one day in our lives we argued about anything. And my elder brother, is about 3-4 years older than us. Shafi is in Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
Him as well. We never argued. We have within our brothers, we have a step brother,
Yeah.
who's older than us. Yeah, we have even with him, we never argued. For some reason, land, money, you name it, is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Our love for each other is more important for me.
And you could see that in the family today,
Yeah.
between your sons and and everybody else, your nephews as well. We've
We don't.
breathed in it.
No, we don't argue.
Yeah.
I mean, Kadir, Moeen, everything. We chill together. We do things. Shabir's children are like my own children and my children. Like when he came to Rishte, getting married, arrangement marriages and everything. And I was thinking about family and all that. And the kids told us we are like brothers and sisters. We're not marrying within ourselves. And we said fine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, Shabir had daughters. I had a daughter, and all that. People were thinking maybe a daughter and their children will marry and this and that. But we haven't, because within ourselves we haven't. Yeah, I don't know why, but
It's a choice, isn't it? It's like when you're growing up together, you just don't see that person as a potential wife or a husband.
Yeah.
Because you've been nurtured like brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So it's just normal, and I guess sometimes it's better that way. as
We
well.
are very passionate about each other.
Yeah.
We're passionate. We love, and I love his children. I love his family. I love what he does and everything else, and vice versa. He does the same with me. Yeah, everything that we did together. Cricket academies, everything that we do it together.
That's
Even
mashallah,
now, he comes to my academy and all that. He sits there, and we call him a chai wala. We call him a chai wala because he brings the tea. I said to him, your job is not go on the machines and coach and this and that. Your job is to bring the tea.
Has he ever said no?
Sorry?
Has he ever said no?
Never. He is never. If he's coming and I say to him, tea, he will always bring the tea. He will always bring a tea, and it's just the chemistry between us.
Yes.
It's the same. And I know one thing. I will tell you now. You mark my word. If I die, he'll die. If he dies,
don't say
I will
that.
die. That is going to come, and everybody will know. And that is what I believe. I will not be alive if he's gone.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's too deep.
That we are so close. We are two bodies in one. Yeah,
Wow.
Two bodies in one, and that's how I feel, and that's how he feels. Yeah,
Well, may Allah give you long life,
Alhamdulillah,
and life without any problems.
I've got an eye problem. He's got an eye problem now. I've
Has he
got a
the
back
same,
problem.
Has he got the same mustache as well?
No, he's got a beard. Yeah. His wife wants him to keep the beard. Mine doesn't mind. Yeah, I say to her, I feel itchy. I keep it for 2 days, and I have to have a shave.
You're feeling itchy, and Uncle Shabir is there itching. It's just crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. And we do everything together. If he wants to do something, he will always talk to me first. Before he takes the step, he will talk to me first.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
So which one is older than you?
I was born first, 5
You were
minutes. Yeah,
5
I
minutes
was born 10-1 in the afternoon, and he was born 5-1 in the afternoon. Yeah,
Mashallah.
yeah.
That's such an amazing story right there. That's
yeah,
just phenomenal.
The thing I wanted to talk about was my book that I'm writing. I know Moeen has written his own book, his version. Um, some of it dictated by the ECB and all that sort of stuff. But I am going to write the real story behind making of Moeen Ali and the other book, Kadir and Kabir and the other boys, yeah, Ishaq and all that. So I am writing my own book. I've written 5 chapters. I'm hoping to get it finished by end of the summer, inshallah. What I need is looking for is I know Raja Newman helped me with the book. I used to talk to him and he used to sort of type it up for me, but he's not well at the moment. He's in the hospital, so I haven't had any. So I am looking for somebody who can help me write the book. If anybody is interested in helping me, I will talk and everything and hit that down, and that'll be a great help for me. Yeah, the book is about reality. It's about what actually happened and how it happened and what I said and what they said. It's about everything from the beginning to the, well, we haven't finished yet, so I'm writing most of the story. My grandsons are coming through now, Musa Ali and Abu Bakr Ali and Hamza Ali, and then Shabir's grandsons are coming through, Yusuf and Yunus, both of them. So we're writing the book on these younger version who are going to go, but the book really is about Moeen Ali, Kadir Ali, Kabir Ali, and Omar Ali. Yeah? And then we got Ishaq, who's just signed last year for Worcestershire. So it's about everything that Moeen hasn't told. What was the hardships for him? How difficult it was sometimes for him to be batting at number 8, whereas he should have been batting at number 6 at least. I think his number was 5, but I'm going to write the story anyway, and that's all about it at the moment. I'm looking forward to finishing my book, and I hope that you'll be able to read the story, the reality. Okay, thank you very much for watching.
Right, we're going to move on to the turning point of your life. You know, at what point did cricket stop being something your kids enjoyed and become something you took very seriously?
Right. You know, I played in the league, smaller leagues.
Yeah.
I didn't play any county cricket or even minor county cricket. I played in those days. There was no Birmingham league. Yeah, I played in the proper leagues and all that. I sort of consider myself. I mean, everybody talked about me because I was fearless batsman, very good attacking player. I batted in the first 3. Yeah,
Right.
1, 2, and 3. I was a medium pace bowler. I developed, there was no coaching things and everything, so it was a natural. I don't know how, because I never played cricket in the childhood. I started playing when I was 13, 14, 15. At 15, I played my first league match. My league match in 1971. I was
Right.
15. I played in the Parks League at that time, and I took 4 wickets, but I took a hat trick and I scored 15 not out. And I cannot forget. Even that is about, you're talking about 50 yards, 60 years,
60
50
years,
yards, yeah. I still remember each ball, how I played, across the line. And this and
Really?
that. I remember running in and taking a hat trick and everything, taking a hat trick. That visual, that's is stuck in my mind, and it's in front of my eyes all the time. Whenever unfortunately, when I took a hat trick, Mr. Singh that I bowled out, I used to see him on Lady Purod Stafford Road, and I used to especially go to him, shake his hand, and say, "Do you remember? I took a hat trick, and he kept on saying, 'Oh, I forgot that many years ago. What did you do? Remember?
Why do you keep reminding me?
He was a funny guy. I haven't seen him for years. I don't know whether he's still around or not. But he was older than us, and I'm 70 now. So,
Wow.
so
You never know.
yeah.
If Uncle Amin is still playing cricket, I'm sure he's still around.
Uncle Amin will take the bat in his when he passes away. He'll take the bat with him. Yeah, great guy. I've been known
Lovely
him.
guy.
as a
Lovely,
lovely guy. I mean, you can't
kids.
replace him. You can't
Yeah.
replace him. Yeah, lovely guy. Yeah. It's that's that. I started to play cricket and everything else. The turning point was when Kabir went to trials at the age of 13 at Warwickshire. Right. And we didn't go. The school teacher sent him, and he went, and then he got into the next round, and the school teacher spoke to Shabir and said that he's in the sort of the next round now, and this and that, and we went to watch, and although we knew Warwickshire and everything, but it was the first time that we actually watched the trial, to be honest, and we saw Kabir doing, and there was hope in our eye, and Shabir decided not to play cricket himself anymore.
Right.
So after that season, and I remember Kabir's county game, second county game was played at Kenilworth Wardens. Shabir dropped him off and came to play his match. That match finished early, and Kabir was waiting at the gate for 1.5 hours for Shabir and me to go and pick him up. Yeah. So then Shabir said, "That's it. I'm not playing anymore. I've got to take him and all that sort of stuff."
Focus on him. Yeah.
Focus on him. So we focused on him, and that's how we sort of. But I honestly, I'm not bragging. I played against some international bowlers. I played first class bowlers, and I played really well. Fearless cricket. I used to score runs. I remember 3-4 matches in one season that I played against the pro bowlers. I scored 100 in each of one of them. Yeah, I scored all the 100. Everybody knew me. Everybody knew the twins. Yeah, the twin brothers. Yeah,
The twin brothers.
the twin brothers. And I'm not bragging, but I was the best player in the league. Well, everybody was saying that you're the best player in the league and everything. Alhamdulillah, and that's how it started. And then Kadir was playing. I got him to the trial. Yeah,
Right.
the trials at Warwickshire. He got through. So he played first match, first hard ball game under 11 county against Nottingham. He never played hard ball cricket, and he got 51. And he batted for 50 overs.
Wow.
And what happened, he was on 49 not out. So Nottingham and Warwickshire decided to give Kadir 1 over to bat. To see if they told him that after tea, you bat, you score your 1 run. And if you don't score in that, we are declaring. Yeah. So I think third or fourth ball, Kadir hit and got a run. And he got his 50. And we were there.
That's
and,
very nice.
Yeah, we were there, and that was nice of them to sort of do that. Yeah. So the passion actually started from there. We were thinking about. Now we're thinking about county cricket. We wasn't thinking about club cricket to develop. We were thinking county Kadir, and we got 2 other lads coming through as well as there. I'll tell you Moeen's story in a minute, how he got in. Yeah. And that started there, and we sort of faded away from our own cricket. Yeah. But I've learned. So now I was working in the hospital. My hours in the hospital was very antisocial. Yeah. Because I had to work the weekends and everything.
Yeah.
Now I had to choose between my work and supporting
cricket.
the boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew that without me, they're not going to make it if I don't put the time in and everything else. And so I decided to resign from my job at the hospital. And then I focus on taking him in a. Now, by doing that, I lost my income. So there's no income coming. So whatever savings that I had, I used and all that. And then Kabir was playing. So us 2 brothers. He was a motor mechanic. He had his own garage. He shut his garage. He closed his garage, right? And father wasn't very happy. But the other members of the family wasn't very happy that we gave the jobs away and everything else to focus on the boys. And they were saying there's no guarantees. You know what you're doing and this and that. And you've been running around playing cricket all your life and this and that. Now you're boys and this and that. But I had this vision I was adamant that out of all the boys, one is going to make it if you put the work.
Wow.
So what I did was I used to go to farm, get some chickens, cut them in the back garden. We had a shed, made that shed in the chicken yard, cut them and sell them door to door. In those days, £1.50. We used to get a chicken for 75 pence, 75 pence or 80 pence, just to support our thing. We got behind the mortgage. I got behind the mortgage. I was struggling with my mortgage, the house and this and that. Financially was struggling. The family didn't want to know the reason why is we putting too much effort in this and that and not working, and they thought we should be working and this and that. It was hard times. Sometimes we had no atta.
Yeah.
So, we had to get a bread. We couldn't afford to buy a bag of atta. Yeah. So we had to go and get the breads. And the one thing that I would, praise my kids in that, Moeen, Omar, Kadir, and my daughter and everything, they never ever complained about anything. What they had on the table, they ate and they were happy.
Alhamdulillah, that's
They were happy to eat what we got, I had nothing, but I gave everything that I had, Everything was for my kids. I said to myself, the way I've been brought up, it's been tough for me.
yeah.
And I will not let my children suffer that. I will do everything. I remember taking Caddy to grammar school, Handsworth. On the way, I had a mini heart attack. I parked my car and I was breathing heavy and all that. This guy came and he said that. But after waiting there 20 minutes, I still managed to take Caddy to Handsworth Grammar School, came back, rung the ambulance. They came, the doctor came, checked me, hospital. I was at Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Heartland Hospital for 7 days. They did not let me get off the bed. My sugar was high, my blood pressure was high. I had an angina attack. My heart was, and the day I got discharged,
Straight to the cricket.
I went to take my son to cricket.
That's some serious sacrifice.
My uncles, my family were coming to see me. Like Asians are like somebody in those days. Nowadays it's different, but in those days, all the village used to come. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody, they used to come and ask how you are and all that, visit you and all that.
Yeah.
And all they got, he's gone to take the son to the game and all that sort of stuff. And there was my uncle was annoyed one day. He said, "What happened if he dies and everything? What you doing?" I got a right rollicking from my family for doing this.
Which normal people would.
But normal people would. But I did not want my son to miss the match because of me. So for me was not important, to be honest. Caddy, Moeen, Omar, Kabe, they were the key people. As long as they got the whatever, it doesn't matter. And God help me though. God help those that help themselves. Yeah. So and it was tough. I wasn't healthy, not very healthy. Financially, I was not very good. And it was very, very difficult times. But it wasn't just one Qadir Ali. It was Qadir Ali, Moeen Ali, and Omar Ali for me, and my daughter. But the thing was, they were very, very good children. They're not like normal children. They were
See,
very good.
when Moeen was born, or your children were born at that time, did you ever think that, what?
Lovely story.
These guys are
Kabir was born, and my uncle went to hospital to do the azan. When they born azan.
Yeah.
Shabir took a cricket ball. Now, listen to this story. A ball cricket.
I thought you were going to actually pull out.
No. He took out a ball from his pocket, and he was rubbing it on Kabir's forehead like this. And uncle said, "Oi, what you doing, oi? Kya kar raha hai? What you doing?" Shabir says, "I'm writing his fate. I want him to become a fast bowler." That was the day that he was born, right? Shabir said, "I'm writing his fate that he becomes a fast bowler." Kabir became a fast bowler and played for England in a test match and the four. When Qadir was born, I did a similar thing. Yeah, I didn't take the ball. I just said, "Batsman." I want.
I thought you were going to take a bat.
No. I didn't take it. The bat was in the car. But I didn't take it in because of the family. Yeah. So I didn't take the bat, but I just So, and that's how it started. We had this thing about our boys and all that. And Moeen's story was Moeen was playing. He was used to go to the matches with us and everything. And Moeen was a difference. Qadir was a bit reserved, but Moeen was more of a stylish. Moeen was he had this hair and all that and flamboyant. Yeah. And what Moeen was just doing, smash the ball. So I know David Parsons was taking some final trials. In those days, there was no districts, no under 9s and 10s. It was under 11s squad. Right?
Yeah.
And what had happened was, Moeen was, I said to David Parsons, I said, "Dave, I brought my son with me, young one, for trials. I know I'm a bit late." He said, "Munir, it's the final trials and we are picking the side." I said, "Let him have a bit of ball." So David Parsons very kindly said, "Yes, okay, come and have a ball." He had a ball. He used to run. He was a seamer. He used to run in high jump and ball, yeah. He bowled well. And then batting wise, I didn't say anything, but Dave said, "I don't have time. Maybe 5 minutes. I'll have a look." So we got Moeen to pad up. In 5 minutes, he was playing so well against the under 11 county trialist. Yeah, he was playing so well. So what they did, David said to me, I remember his words. He said that we have already picked the side. So selected the side, but we can pick him in the reserves.
Okay.
So there was 3 or 4 reserves for that year. I said that's fine as long as he gets.
Get the foot in the door, yeah.
Get in the door. Next year we'll see what happens. So next year, I know he played. He went to Lancashire as a one of the 14s, yeah, and he got the game and he hit a 6. And in those days, the Johnson's buses, those used to take the players from Warwickshire and take them. If parents want to go, they can go on the bus. So
Right.
I couldn't go because Kadir had a game. So I went to Kadir's game. So I came with my wife. We went to Edgepass, and all the parents were waiting. Moeen sort of came after bus. He jumped out of the bus and he said, "Dad, I scored 6. I hit a 6." Yeah. He was so excited about hitting a 6, He was only little,
Yeah.
The other boys were big. So, and that's how he started. And the following year, he did not play. And he played few matches under 11. He went to under 12s. He went a year above his age.
Okay.
So then he was starting to play 2 years above his age. If he was under 11s, he was playing under 13s, yeah. So that's how Moeen got into the county, yeah. And Kadir, they named him as an Iceman. He could bat for a long, long time. Maybe not score, but he was technically so good that they couldn't
take him out.
They're going to get him out, and he still remains the same. Technically, still very good, yeah.
Does Moeen still act like that when he hits a 6?
Dad, no. He
hit a 6 on the phone.
He doesn't do that anymore. No. Yeah, it would be nice to see. When I'm there, he knows I'm there. He does raise his bat towards me,
Does he?
yeah, and all that. And the other day, he got a man of the match, and I was so happy and proud of him that he said, "This man of the match is dedicated to my dad. He's worked so hard for me." Yeah.
Of course.
So he did that. Well, I mean,
That's
for me, it was an
amazing.
honor for him to get a man of the match. These things sort of, it's the beginning was there. That's how we sort of started youth cricket.
Let's be honest. Was it talent that you saw, or was it your belief that, these guys are going to become cricketers and that's it? Are we going to push them totally?
Kabir played in Pakistan when he was 12-year-old, and in the streets and everything. He ran in, his action was good, yeah. So his action was good. Kadir had to be sort of manufactured and taught the technique. Yeah.
Okay.
Moeen had a natural flair and talent. Anybody that saw Moeen at the age of 11, 12, well, wow, because he could hit the ball miles over the. We were playing one of the matches. He was picking the ball up from his legs over the trees and everything else. Yeah, so over the trees, he could play every shot, cut, pull, everything. You name
At the age of 11, 12.
11, 12, he could play. And the thing was,
Wow.
we were feeding him day and night.
So that's when you decided, that's when you saw that there's something in this
Yeah.
kid that needs nurturing.
Yeah. A lot of people, parents of other players, were saying that he's going to go a long way and all that. Some people criticized in a way that he was too attacking. In those days, the game was different. Your technique and everything else.
Yeah, it was a
The
lot
game
slower.
slower.
Yeah.
And he was a different type of player. There's another lad who was in the team with him, Navdeep Singh Punia.
Yes, I've
Yeah,
heard of
he
that
was
name,
he was a year above Moeen, but then Moeen went up and he played, and their partnership was, they both were very attacking. I don't know why Navdeep didn't make it to the. He got a contract. I don't know why, but he had the most talent. And if he had come to me,
I was going to say he didn't have a dad like Munir Ali.
if he had come to me, he would have played international cricket. He was so naturally gifted and played. I compared him to Moeen, and at that time I did not compare any players to Moeen. He was one of them that I compared him to Moeen. He was a lovely player and a nice person as well.
That makes a big difference. Being a nice person,
Nice
first,
person,
because
yeah.
you can work with that person.
One thing with our boys is Kabir. You name everything, anybody in our, even now Isaac and grandsons who signed a contract with Worcestershire. I'll talk about that in a minute. They never argued with anybody in their life. Never had any problems. The coaches and friends and all that, because a lot of people tell me and ask me, why are they so good and so naturally, polite and gifted and polite and all that? And I always said to them that if you're nice to a person, he'll be nice to you. In reverse, if he's not nice to you, still say hello and then you know that he's not nice to me, just say hello. Don't ignore him. Yeah. So you know, you still say hello and how are you and all that sort of stuff. So it's what you teach from home.
Yeah.
You know, my wife has a big role in that. You know, my wife, their mom, big role she plays, because she doesn't tell a lie, she doesn't swear, she doesn't do anything that that is out of nothing, and that's how she's brought the kids up. Yeah, a lot of people say to me the kids and all that, but I personally believe it's my wife that's put that that in the way they're brought up. Yeah.
And that's how it works,
That's
doesn't
how
it?
it works,
That's
yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
The mother is always nurturing the
Nurturing
children about life.
Yeah.
And manners and how you are brought up. That's
Yeah, yeah.
technically the mother's role.
Mother's role,
Right.
yeah, and she did that role. She performed the role wonderfully well, to be honest.
A big six.
Yeah, big six, yeah.
At
Big
the
six,
park.
out of the park. Yeah. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
especially
Especially when we were suffering with financial.
I was just
Yeah,
about to
yeah,
say that.
Financially, we was suffering. With other things, we were suffering, health suffering, and it wasn't me suffering; it was her suffering as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's her suffering as well. But she never ever one day complained about this and that. Some women say, "Oh, I want money and I want this." What I had, she had. What we didn't have, we didn't
And
have.
you made
And-
it work.
and nobody knew that we don't have. She never made a complaint. If you eat bread, sometimes we had used to, no handi, nothing, eat egg and chips, make home, get some bag of potato, make some chips at home.
Make the best
egg,
out of
yeah,
the situation.
Yeah, situation, yeah. And that's how we live. I tell you a story. We went to Somerset to play, or Taunton, I can't remember which game we were playing. And I didn't have that much money with me. So I had a pound or £1.50 or something like that. And that was for me. So I took few sandwiches. Obviously, Kadir was playing. It was Caddy. He was playing a county game, right? He was playing a county game, and they had the tea and everything.
Yeah.
On the way back, all day, I did not eat my sandwiches, and I did not spend my pound.
I was going to ask you about your meals.
Yeah. So I did not spend my pound, and I did not have anything. I stayed on water. On the way back, so in those days, bag of chips was 80 pence or 90 pence or whatever.
Yeah.
So we bought a bag of chips, and I said to Caddy, eat. And Caddy, first thing was, Dad, have you eaten? I said, yes, I have eaten. He said, well, your sandwiches are still there. I said, no, I left this for you. I ate mine and left this for you. And he said, okay. So between us, I did not tell him that I haven't eaten, but what I wanted to do, make sure that he eats first. And what is left, then I was driving as well, so I was picking the chip there and there. And, these sort of things, I made sacrifices which I am very happy and proud as a father. I feel proud. As a father, I set a goal and I did this and all that, and the target was very difficult. But I always believed in one of the quotations I read. Was all difficult roads lead to a beautiful destination.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I believed in that. Difficult. It will lead us to a beautiful destination, and it has. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, and that's what it is. And hardship before ease comes hardship, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So people see success today with your family. Alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
Everyone's doing really well. They've kind of got their foot in the supporting sports industry. But what did it actually cost behind the scene? What was the cost of that sacrifice that you had?
I lost my house.
Right.
One of them.
I'll come a bit closer
Yeah.
to the mic.
I lost my house. I bought another one. And it was I was behind £35,000.
Right.
£35,000 I was behind, and I had no means of all that. Moeen started to play, So Moeen said the first thing I will do is pay that £35,000 loan. So first thing he did is when he got his wage and all that, he paid off my loan. It was very difficult. It cost me. I could have made it big for myself, to be honest. I could have been something special. to be honest. I always dreamed of becoming a very rich, a millionaire. I always dreamed of having money. I always dreamed of having be better than everybody. But what held me back was not being able to afford anything. I was just about getting the kids, the meals, the schools, and everything. Cricket was the top of the list for me. Yeah, it's cricket, and that sort of thing. It cost me my health for a start.
Yeah.
Stammer, you can tell after 50 years, I'm still there. Yeah, although I speak okay, but I still stammer. I get very nervous if there is any problem with the boys. I can't sleep until I solve the problem. Now, I mean, they're all married with their own children and all that.
They're still your boys,
I
though,
still
aren't they?
see them as young kids,
Yeah,
and,
they're
and
still
all
your
that.
boys.
And I wait until sometime 12 o'clock at night for one of my boys to come and all that sort of stuff, and I can speak to them and all that. I ring them. But the good thing is, if I haven't rung them, they will ring me. Dad, are you okay and all that? They always sort
Check
of
up on you.
check up on me and all that. And I'm sort of proud of what I've done, but I've sacrificed a lot, to be honest. I've sacrificed. Sometimes I get very emotional, and then my tears in my eyes and all that. It was difficult times, to be honest. Dealing with Warwickshire, youth cricket and senior cricket. I'll tell you a story about that. Dealing with Warwickshire, and that made me really ill, physically ill. Going into the England, you're proud on 1 minute, and I remember Moeen got picked. When he got picked, he said, "Dad, I've been picked for England. The team's going to be announced tomorrow, but don't be too happy.
Just
Right?
yet.
Don't be too happy." And I said, "Why?" He said, "You're only going to be sad when they leave me out in 2 games, after 2 games."
Oh, yeah.
And that is the truth. He says, "Don't be too happy. You're only going to be sad when they leave me out. Just be happy and enjoy it while I'm
Enjoy
while
the
I'm-
moment. Yeah.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
moment, but don't get too excited. Don't be too happy." And that was his words. And when he played against Sri Lanka in the Test match at Lords, he got 48. All the family was there, with kids and everybody was there, and I was shaking. And when Moeen came into the bat and took a guard, I closed my eyes. Right, I closed my eyes and I couldn't watch him facing the first ball. My heart was
Is this the
thumping.
first time he was playing? The first time.
The first time he played England, yeah. And my heart was thumping and everything else and all that. And the lad from Yorkshire, Zimbabwean, who played for England, his mom was sitting next to me, and I was so nervous. I sort of bumped into her, and she said, "Mr. Ali, are you nervous?" I said, "I'm very nervous." She said, "I was nervous too when he first started, but don't worry." And bowler running in, and I closed my eyes like this, and my daughter sitting next to me, she said, "Dad, open your eyes." And I said, "I can't bear to watch." The first thing I heard, he clipped the ball off his. I remember that. I clipped the ball off his legs for 4 square, 4, and everybody went. They applauded him.
Yeah.
And I opened my eyes and I was thinking, "Oh God, 20." I was thinking 20. First Test match, Lords, 20. If he can get to 20, but he got 48.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, he got 48. And like Moeen gets very excited, he hit the ball. He wanted 2 for a 50. And instead of pushing the ball and getting your singles, it's a Test match, he went down the wicket and got caught on the boundary. And yeah, that's Moeen, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you another story about that. Yeah, that's Moeen, yeah. So the next Test match he played against Sri Lanka, he got 108 not out. England lost. They won the first one, but they lost the second one on the last ball left to draw. The penalty, what you call it, the second last ball, he got caught, and Moeen was on the other side, 108 not out. Jimmy Addison got out, and that was the. People said to me about Moeen, and I knew that if he doesn't perform in these 2 matches, he's not going to play against India. Right. India was the next team in, playing 5 Test matches, Sri Lanka 2 Test matches. And then he got picked for India, against India. And apparently with his bat, he performed, but he got a 150, I think, or something like that. But he didn't perform. But bowling-wise, he won 2 Test matches, one at Hampshire, Southampton, and one at the old Trafford, yeah, Manchester.
Right.
There were spinning wickets, and Moeen, in one match, he took 6 wickets. He bowled India out, and for one inning, and I think it took 9 wickets in the match,
Wow.
and they won the match. At the Hampshire, he won the match as well. He bowled really well. So now with the thing was he's got in now, right? He
Yeah.
was batting at number 6 and he was performing, right? And actually, I could be wrong. England thought we'd give him a chance for the 1 or 2 matches and see then we would drop him. Now he had scored 100, so he couldn't get dropped. Now he's won the 2 test matches for England as a bowler. They couldn't drop him. Yeah,
They got stuck.
They got stuck. So they tried to bring in all the other spinners, this and that, and all that. And then the commentators started talking about, we need a proper spinner. Moeen is an all-rounder batting spinner, but we need a proper spinner. Have you got one? I thought. In the country, there was no spinner. There was no spinner, but they were still looking for another spinner to replace Moeen. Now, they couldn't do that. So what the option came, Moeen, you're batting number 8.
Oh,
You're going to play as a spinner and bat number 8. Somebody who bats in the 1, 2, and 3 for the county and batting at number 6 in a test match and scoring runs, and why you want to move Moeen to number 8?
Just because so they can use him as a spinner.
Play as a spinner and bat number 8, and then he fails a couple of times, and then it's easy choice for them to get
rid of him.
But he batting at number 8 and going. One day he went into test match against Australia, and I think Australia, and he smashed the ball at number 8 and got out. I think he got 46 or something like that. Rolled about 40s, yeah. And I said to Moeen, what you doing here playing the shot like this? He said, Dad, at batting at number 8, you're batting at tail. I'd rather get 40 out than 12 or 13 not out.
Yeah.
He said, I'd rather get 40, just go and play my game and all that. If they're going to bat me, I'm still going to play my game. Yeah. But
Makes
in
sense.
those days, it was like a different game, block, 1, 2. But it's changed now anyway. So if Moeen wasn't that arrow, so probably I've gone a bit too far ahead for my story. But that's one of the examples I give you.
But no, that's that's what I was said to you earlier. This is going to be a very conversational podcast because once the stories start coming out, you just can't seem. I can't stop you. These are the things that are off the cuff. You know?
Let me tell you a story about him getting picked for England. Yeah, initially getting picked for England. One year, I think 2013. I think it was 2013 or something like that. He was the highest run scorer.
Right.
In the country.
In the country, yeah.
All the counties, he got 200 plus runs, and everybody was saying, even the media was writing, the Moeen was going to be named in the test team and everything. So I was very eagerly waiting, right, to the day that team was being announced about 10 o'clock in the morning and everything else. And Moeen rang me in the evening before and said, Dad, my name hasn't been mentioned and everything. They're going to announce the team and all that. But don't get too excited because my name hasn't been mentioned. So when they named the team, test team, although Moeen was the highest run scorer in the country, right? They named the team. It wasn't in the test squad, right? My head went down, and I thought. I thought definitely the A team. Yeah. So they announced the A. In those days, you announced the test team and the A team, yeah, the England team, A team. So they announced the A team.
So the A team is the international team?
International team, yeah. England and then England A, which means that players, they're almost England, yeah.
Right, okay, got you.
And then I was there, and I was sat there, and the development team, yeah, they announced England development, the young boys, young players coming through, and who's good to go to India for 4 weeks to play cricket and develop their game. No Moeen. And I had a couple of phone calls and said that they'd done a dirty one on Moeen and everything else. And I was lost for words, and I was so upset, after scoring so many runs. And I spoke to Moeen, and then there was a squad. They were going to send a few players, 2 to South Africa and 2 to Sri Lanka. The batters going to Sri Lanka and the fast bowlers going to South Africa. About 4 or 5 players, yeah. In that, Moeen was going to Sri Lanka.
Right.
Yeah. In the squad to play first class in Sri Lanka to learn the trade. Now he's just scored the most runs in the country in all formats, but they want him to learn the trade, right? So that's not, yeah.
It just makes no sense, does
No,
it?
makes no sense, yeah. Anyway, he went to Sri Lanka, playing there. I think Colombo or somebody, and he played beautifully. He got 100 there. The guy who writes like a quick info, they write the articles. One of the Sri Lankans wrote an article there. Why is Moeen Ali not in the England squad? He's so elegant, he's so good. He just got 100 against a good side there. Why is he not mentioned in any of the teams, yeah? 4 days later, they were going to announce the team to West Indies. Moeen was in the West Indies tied to play 3 one-day internationals. Yeah. Now that is the beginning, right? The Moeen's announced. As soon as somebody else said why,
Yeah.
he got picked for the 3 one-day internationals. First match he got 12. Now he got 46. Second match he got 12, and the third match he got 52. Yeah.
Wow.
So all three matches he scored. Well, 2 and 1. You open the batting. Now the World Cup is coming. They're going to Sri Lanka, and Moeen was scoring runs. He went to Sri Lankan tour, and he was playing in England. So, yeah, opened the batting, and I remember he got 140 or something like that in one match, and he scored. He scored very heavily. Now they're all talking about who's going to open the batting for Moeen.
Right. Okay.
So they went, and Moeen scored 100 in the World Cup, and it did well and everything else, but they got battered. England got battered, and they did not even qualify for the next stage. So, we gotta change the side and this and that. And I think somebody said that who are likely to miss out, and I know one of the guys mentioned few names and also Moeen in there as well. So I said, well, he's scored 100, he's done well. You lost, but he's won few matches.
Yeah,
Against
exactly.
Afghanistan. They would have lost if Moeen hadn't got 40 odd in that match. And Ian Bell was playing there. Ian Bell and Moeen were the only ones who scored the runs, yeah. So anyway, what had happened, he sort of, every time they decided to drop Moeen performed, either with the bat or the ball. And I remember they dropped him once, and he playing for Worcestershire, and he took, in the match, he took 8 wickets and scored 100. And, wow. And that next game took 8 wickets. Now there's nobody else in the England as a spinner who's doing well. So what they do, they have to bring Moeen in because the media are writing now. The Moeen's bowling really well.
Pressure.
Yeah. So that, but and then they decide to bat him at number 8 because somebody did not want to bat at number 8. They did not want any other guys to bat. I don't want to be racist. Fine, I'm not a racist, and I don't believe it's racist, but all the white boys got the numbers, and he was the Asian, and he went to number 8.
So, Uncle, going back to the sacrifices that you did, right? No, you say, you've skipped meals, finding money wherever you can, selling chicken. What was that period in your life like? Especially, okay, we've given up jobs. Now, how do we make ends meet, right? That's one thing. And then the other thing is supporting your children in their hobby at the time, or, their future.
Yeah.
What was that time like?
Right. Any money that we got, the first thing was us brothers, me and Shabir, to separate the money for what we need for our household things and what we need for supporting the children. And most of the time, the children's sport was heavier than what we needed. We had less money for ourselves. So, it was difficult, because we had to pay the mortgages.
Of course.
So what we did was Shabir started to work. Yeah, he working in the farm, going to London in the truck, delivering chickens. He was doing that, and I was driving the boys. Yeah. So whatever money, that little bit that he earned, that went towards the boys' expenses, yeah. And don't forget, we had to also buy the kit and everything else.
Of course, yeah.
Buy the kit, and that was expensive. So most of the time, I think, we were penniless, right? We were skinned, to be honest. But we never sort of moaned about it because that's something that we thought that we made our mind up that that's going to happen, and hook or crook, we're going to get by and get through.
So, a question for you. What if it didn't happen? What if it didn't work out?
Well, that I always said, I will give my 100%, more than 100%. Shabir said the same, that we give 100%. If it doesn't happen, if God doesn't will it, it won't happen. But I always believe that you work hard and you focus and all that. Hook or crook, Almighty God will help you. And that was our belief, that we thought if one of our boys, make it to the top, we have achieved our target.
Yeah.
We didn't expect all the boys to do well. And we expected if one of the boys got, to the top, we will prove the family wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one thing, because they're always on our back about this. And that was another thing that was not easy for us, because, especially our father, he was not old school and this and that and all that. And he used to get complaints about us running around with cricket bats and this and that and not working, this and that and all that. They're lucky that they got good wives and this and that and all that. I said, the wife don't complain. Yeah. Nobody complains about, and all that. But it was a difficult time. I think financially, yes, but more of family stigma with us, because backstabbing and all that sort of stuff, and that hurt us, because every so often we used to hear, and to be honest, fathers always shouted at us and this and that, and thought we were useless, One day, Shabir went to the mosque opposite his house, and the father was in the mosque. So Shabir said to father, Dad, let's go to our house and we watch a bit of telly and chat and have something to eat. So father, he said, yes, let's go. Yeah. He went, and Shabir put the television on, and a cricket match started. And father looked at the screen and kept looking. And he said to Shabir, boy, that boy looks like Kabir. Shabir said, Dad, it's your grandson, Kabir. That was the day the father realized, wow, everybody's telling me this and that and all that. Today I'm watching my grandson. Next day, he had a call from Pakistan. Congratulations, Mambar Khan, Aji Saab, Sana Pota, Jera cricket khelya, and the father got so proud. And then he realized that, it was when I said, Dad, this family, they're telling you this and everybody telling you this. This is what we've been working to. And, with all the grace of God, look where he is. And he was very happy, and all that. Wow. And after that day, Dad never listened to anybody. He praised, he watched Kabir, and then he watched Moeen. I mean, when Moeen was becoming a star, my dad passed away. He passed away, but he loved it and everything. And,
it takes one moment.
To click. Yeah. Kabir luckily was playing. Yeah. And he bowled as well. And then Dad saw Kabir, his grandson, playing for England, playing for England, and it was something completely different, and and he was so happy and so proud, and all that. So
it's funny how, like, the whole community. Now, I bet you that my next question. In fact, you know what? Let me ask you the next question, because that's what it's about.
Yeah,
like in our communities now, sport isn't a real path to success, kind of thing. It's not a career path.
Yeah.
And it's usually education first, get them educated, and then 9 to 5 and everything else, follows through. Yeah. What kind of reaction did you get from people around you when you went all in on cricket? That's
it. Right. As I said, the family wasn't very happy to what we were doing. They wanted because Kadir was going to grammar school, and he was playing cricket more as well. So they were saying, he's going to waste his time in grammar school and all that. Moeen said to me the first day, he said, Dad, don't expect any GCSEs results from me. I'm not even going to take them, right? Yeah, and all that, yeah. And I tell you a little story about my cousin, My cousin, he didn't like going to school and everything. A similar thing happened to Moeen, but in a slightly different way, he didn't like school. So he took his, exam results came, right? And his dad, my uncle, not educated person, couldn't read, right? So he looked at the paper and he said, Sajid said, I mentioned his name anyway.
Sorry, Sajid.
Sorry, Saj. He said my results.
Mother, give his address out as well, so we know exactly which Sajid it is.
It says, all its marks, maths and English and everything. You pass. You you, right? So all the line was you, and uncle said to him, "What's it?" He says, "It's you." He says, uncle says to him, said, "What's it?" He says, "It means that you pass, you pass, you pass, you pass, you pass." Later in the day, my other cousin went to their house, and he's educated, right? So my uncle showed him. Now, by now, Sajid has run out of the house. When my cousin came, he ran out of the house, and he came out. So my uncle showed him the paper.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this paper. He's passed. And uncle buying Matai and everything, yeah.
Oh
Matai and everything, yeah. And he says, he said, my cousin started laughing. He says, Chacha, he says, it means the unattended. So you pass. So Moeen was in a similar boat, and we always have a laugh. Moeen told me straight away. Moeen, the one thing about Moeen was he told me straight away.
Yeah.
He said that don't expect any results. Yeah. If I pass one, I pass one. If I don't, I want to play cricket. Right?
That's it.
I said to Moeen, Moeen, if you play cricket, I make sure that you become a player, right? But you have to work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Then he got into the county and obviously playing. And when he was the turning point with Moeen was
The 2 years bit.
yeah, that's what I'm coming.
yeah.
When he was 14-year-old, he was really good attacking and everything. He's playing really, and he's going up now. And one day we were talking, and Moeen was thinking this. I said, Moeen, you give me 2 years of your life, and I give you rest of your life. He said, that what you mean? I said, 2 years. I want you to work hard with me. I will guide you. I'll do this, and everything, right? I said, I will support you, right? So we agreed on 2 years session. That year, I went to Edgbaston, and this new center opened up. Mm-hmm. And in those days, the 1-to-ones was about £20 per the session. Yeah. Coach it as well and everything else. £20, £15. If you get the high class coach, it's £25. I knew that Moeen had a bit of a weakness outside of stump. It used to flash a bit, and its hands went out a little bit, right? Out of the the zone that it should be in, right? So I asked for a gentleman called Neil Aberley. He was a very good coach. I think he was a very good coach, but him and I didn't get on because he was old school, strict to the books, don't have anything to do with the parents and all that. And I wanted this, and I wanted this, and I wanted this. Now, I knew that my boys were good, so I wanted the next stage. So Neil said, why would Munir want me to coach? They offered me other coaches, like Dougie Browns and all that, Warwickshire, first team coaches. And I said no, but they did not want to depart with that £500 that I put on the table. 10 sessions, I said, I'm from Neil Aberley. Anyway, Neil agreed, and he did the session. I paid £500, which did not go to Neil Aberley, but the money went to the centre. £500, I remember, and I sat there and watched, and Neil went to Moeen, did sessions outside off stump, just every time Moeen missed the ball or did not play properly at the ball, Neil was off the machine, talking to him, explaining to him, and that year, Moeen played second team cricket, and end of the year he got a contract. And I'll talk to you about the contract as well, how he got the contract, yeah. And the thing was, I think the other person that big influence in my life, my academy, development of my boys is Roger Newman. He was the manager at the center. He helped me to get the contract for 5 years. And for that, the Warwickshire gave him the sack. Why you gave this?
Gave him the sack.
Gave Roger Newman. He was the manager, right? He was the manager, and they gave him a sack because they didn't want. They thought that he sold the center cheap, but it wasn't cheap. What he did was starting from low. At the end of the 5 years, I was paying higher rate, yeah? So it was just development for me to develop my academy and all that. And the Warwickshire didn't like that, yeah? Warwickshire didn't like that, and they gave him the sack. Well, he resigned, but they were going to
of course.
resign, obviously. And he's been a big influence in what I do today. Where I am today, I praise Roger Newman. He helped me a lot, to be honest. He helped me a lot. in developing the boys. We worked. He did some work with Moeen. He did some work with Omar. The Omar story is amazing story. Which I'll tell you, the young, son. His
Omar,
story,
yeah.
his story. I'll come to that. Is amazing story, to be honest, and very heartbroken. He feels Omar is the one that got away. Not got away is that should have been. Yeah, should have been. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but there was a lot of politics with that. Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of politics with that. Because I just little bit. I'll mention to you about the Omar. Omar was at Warwickshire. We left there, 12-year-old. We went to Worcester. It didn't get on, so I came back. Roger Newman now is the manager of the center. He knew Omar. So we went for trials and he got into the under 14s or under 15s. Instead of putting him in the first team, they put him in the second team. Now, when they were doing some training, he was the best player in the second team. Everybody was saying, why is he in the second team? It should be in the first team.
Yeah.
Anyway, eventually towards the end of the season, he got in first team. He scored a double 100 at Wormley. Yeah. And what's his name? The England bowler, Wokes.
Right. Okay.
Chris Wokes was playing in the match. We were playing against one of the minor counties, Shropshire or somebody. Anyway, it was a 2-day game, and Moeen, we were 3 wickets down. We were 3 wickets down for 5 runs when he came into bat, and he got a double 100.
Omar did.
Omar did. Yeah, not out. Yeah, 200 over the night. The highest run getter the high score was 208. Individual score. There was still 8 overs to go, and they declared.
Why?
They declared, right? Almost 209. He could have got 209, but never mind. They declared. He was in the academy. I know one of the coaches. We were playing against Lancashire at Kenilworth Wardens. I think Kenilworth Wardens. And the coach came and said to the boys, he says, I need a batter for the under 19s tomorrow, playing against Surrey at Nolan Dorridge. Whoever gets the runs will have a good chance. Omar gets 86. The second high score was 36.
Don't tell me the 36 guy got in.
The 36 guy got in and Omar didn't get in. They picked the 36-year guy.
Why and how?
Why? Maybe they had too many agents already in the side.
They were probably thinking, Munir's got a production line here. By the time of this season ends, the whole team's Munir and Sons.
Yeah.
So let's put a break on him.
So these things came. The obstacles that
They
came
are
in his way.
heartbreaking though, aren't they?
Heartbreaking, yeah.
Because you're not working with the merit.
Right now, he scored 114 one match and he scored runs. His average was good, right? Now, a new coach came in from New Zealand, right? A New Zealand coach came in and he took over the academy. And because there was a bit of I made a bit of fuss, you're not being fair and this and that. What happened? Highest run getter for the team got kicked out of the academy. I was in the meeting and they said, Munir, we made a decision that we will no longer have Omar in the academy, but he will definitely be in the development side. And I said, you explain to me why he's not in the academy? Why? Well, the words were, no effing parents can come and dictate to me. And I said, no effing, I won't use the word. No effing parent can come and dictate to me. And I feel that he needs to be in the development rather than the academy.
So this is the New Zealand.
The New Zealand guy was the coach, yeah. What? There was other coaches from Warwickshire sitting in the same room, yeah. Sitting in the same room. And I was annoyed. I said, I got up from the chair. I said, Omar, get up. I said, stick your DOE. I said, I will not forget this, right? I will not forget this. What happened? Moeen was in the last year of a contract there at Warwickshire. And I said, you stabbed me, I'm going to stab you. So what I said to them, Monday, that happened on a Friday. Monday, Warwickshire were playing Worcestershire.
Oh, okay. I remember.
Warwickshire were playing Worcestershire, and I went at Umbersley. I went there and I was talking, and I said to the coach, Worcestershire coach, I said, are you looking for a young batter for next year? And he looked at me and he says, only if Moeen is available.
Wow.
And I said, Moeen will be available. Maybe he will be available. He said, well, what's happened with Warwickshire? I said, as a long story, he's in the last year of a contract. I might not sign. I was walking with my brother, Shabir, and I. We went to the matches all the way together. I was walking, and then who turns up? The head coach of Worcestershire. So the second team coach had rung the head coach. He came, and he was walking, and he said, oh, Munir, are you okay for a chat? I said, yeah. He said, I just had a bit of a news that Moeen might leave. He said, we will sign Moeen. I said, look, I will make a movement if you promise me that you will sign. This is what Warwickshire have done, a dirty one on me, right? They've done a dirty one on me, and I'm going to move Moeen.
Of course.
He said, if Moeen's coming, I can give you that in writing.
Wow.
So it's Moeen's coming. So I said, fine. After that, but they found out that I had a word with Worcester, and they were on my back. And the same coach who said to me, I don't listen to effing, he stopped me on the ground and said, Munir, we want Moeen this and Moeen after this and we this and that, and now tell me all the sort of the bullshit stories and everything else. And I just nudged my head. I went to the meetings, and then they sent a guy at my home. Asafdeen came to my house. I kept on nudging my head and all that, but I kept my mouth shut, not saying nothing. I think by now they knew that I've done something.
That's it.
But I wasn't going to announce anything because Moeen was still under contract. Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. But by now, Warwickshire had sussed out why am I not signing? Why am not? I've said to them, I'll sign when the last day of the cricket finishes season. I'll come in, and I'll sign. So, which means that
it's not happening.
Not happening. So they, I think, had a bit of an understanding that was going to happen, but they did try everything with me. But because what they'd done a dirty one on Omar, and previously had already done a dirty one on Kabir and Kadir.
So they've got a bit of a history, haven't they?
I'll tell you about it. Kabir, under Roger Newman and Richard Cox, they went to South Africa as a development squad and played in there. Ian Bell was in that squad. Kabir was the leading wicket taker, and it also was second in the batting average. Come back here, Ian Bell gets a full contract, which he deserves. If I think the person deserves it, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Ian Bell fully deserved the contract because he was the next big thing in Warwickshire, right? 3 other white boys got a rookie contract. In those days, they used to call not rookie,
amateur contracts.
Young contract, a year contract, and they overlooked Kabir. And what said, maybe we can wait a year for Kabir. He's not that developed, but he was the top. He was playing second 11 and all that. So when listen to this story now, the same thing I did. I approached Worcestershire. Well, Raja Khan, who just rang me now,
Put him on.
Raja Khan. Yeah, Raja Khan. He spoke to me. He said he's got a scholarship. If Kabir wants to go or Kadir wants to go. So I said, Kabir, we sent Kabir to scholarship trial at Worcester with 10 other boys, 10, there were 10. And Kadir went as well. He took his kit in the car and all that. And they saw Kabir and they said, Batson didn't a batter. So we looking for a batter or bowler. So Kabir talked to them about Kadir. And then my brother was there. I couldn't go, but he spoke to Damien D'Oliveira. In those days, it was Bill Athey and Damien D'Oliveira were the coaches. Bill Athey first team and Damien D'Oliveira was the second team coach. They looked at, so they asked Kadir to pad up. I remember Kabir bowling in the other net, and then Kadir was this net, Then they called Kabir to this net to bowl at Kadir, because Kadir was playing everybody else easy. So they said to him, bowl a fuller ball. The ball he played, they said, bowl a bouncer. So as he bowled a bouncer, all Caddy did was moved his head and the ball went past. And they stopped. They said, well, we got one scholarship for one.
And we've got 2 brothers.
The 2 brothers. If they want to share, that was the word.
Wow.
If they want to share, we'll take them both because they're both very good. So they both went. So I went back to Warwickshire about, now that Kabir, So when I went and said we're leaving, same coaches were saying, yeah, answer this Omar. Yeah, sorry about this. Yeah.
No, it's all right. It's okay.
I did put it on silence. I don't know what happened. It's the music.
I know it's lovely.
Yeah. And what had happened? So they said agreed. Shabir said, well, my son. They said we'll take Kabir. Obviously, he's a bit older, and we need a fast bowler and everything. But we equally like Kadia. So, but then we agreed to scholarship will be two for two. So instead of £400, we get 200 for one boy, 200 for one boy. And we agreed because for us it was same. Yeah, it wasn't about the matter about the money.
Wanting to get in there.
Right?
So, like with
When I
Warwickshire,
went back to Warwickshire, I told them, listen, this same coaches who said that he's not ready offered me 3-year contract for Kabir. I said, what
So
happened?
bad.
What happened 4 days ago? Why wasn't he worthy of a contract 4 days ago?
Exactly.
And now you're giving him a 3-year contract, full contract. Oh, we've done this, and you are being disloyal. I said, no, I'm not being disloyal. It's you who have been disloyal.
Of course.
And
Because
all this.
it's you guys who are not going with the stats.
Yeah. Yes,
Simple
that's-
as that.
yeah, simple, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're not making things up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
there. It's black and white.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know how well he played.
Yeah, but the papers were there and everything was there. So we moved to. I mean, they wasn't very happy. The first match that Caddy played against Warwickshire, under 19s, he was only 16-year-old then. So Worcestershire put him in the under 19 squad, and he gets 125. He gets 125 against the Warwickshire, yeah. And Kabir became end of the year, played first team cricket, and then Caddy moved and everything.
I remember when all the boys went over to Worcestershire.
Yeah, and then Moeen went to Worcestershire. Moeen's story was that I took Moeen out because of my
Because of
sort of what they did.
Dirty one, yeah.
Right? And recently, last year, Ishaq Mohammed, Shabir's grandson, he's been playing youth cricket and he's been scoring runs. And everybody sort of said, sign, contract. Warwickshire wrote to me. They sent me an email to say, we'll sit down in April, May. and
This
we'll-
year?
Yeah, this last year. Sit down in April, May, and we'll talk about a contract, a rookie contract. Is that fine? April, May came. We went to the meeting. First thing they did was they said, this was the hierarchy. At the first thing they said, no contract talks. And I thought, bloody hell, why are we here then? I said, why? Oh, need this. I said, what have you been watching? He just played against Leicestershire first team in a 2020 and he blasted 40 in no time in the power play. What have you been watching? Yeah. And they signed all the Tom, Dick and Harrys, the 3-4 of them they signed, white boys, and yet they had no, and they promised. And then, if they even said to me, I said to them, you're repeating the history, 20-year-old history. And I said, you coaches, get off the high horse and think, yeah. And I accused them of being racist.
Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I did accuse them. I'm sorry. I said being racist and biased, right? And all that. Now listen to this story. I went back and I spoke to Caddy. This is what happened. Caddy speaks to his coach. This is what's happened with Ishaq. Matt, we want to sign Ishaq. Within 4 days, right? 4 days, we arranged a meeting, right? And Warwickshire did know that we were going to arrange a meeting. They didn't expect Ishaq to be signed in June or July. They said we'll wait and by that time. And then they said, Warwickshire said, we can look at his things, review him in November. And maybe in a 2-year rookie contract, we can promise you this and that. When they heard that Worcestershire were going to sign him,
you really got Worcestershire and Warwickshire.
Yeah, Worcestershire signed him, and Worcestershire was going to sign him. And they were on the phone to Naveed, Ishaq's father, and they were this and that and all that chat. All of a sudden, Ishaq came a big thing. We're going to sign this and that. But the head coach, I won't mention his name, was the only one. They said that we're not going to give in. The reason is not that Ishaq wasn't good enough to sign. The reason was Munir Ali. They did not want to be dictated by Munir or did not want to do something that Munir says. Yeah? Munir Ali says. They think, who is Munir Ali? We are the high hierarchy.
Yeah.
And I said, well, stick your high hierarchy.
Where the sun doesn't shine.
Where the sun doesn't shine. I said, stick them, yeah? So we moved him.
So you were a bit of a Scarface when it comes to cricket.
My policy, I can tell you, I can tell you now, some of the coaches that I know that at hierarchy couldn't tell a difference between a horse and a donkey. Honestly, they couldn't tell the difference between a horse and a donkey, and never mind developing somebody. Yeah,
Well, it
I
sounds
can
like
develop. I can develop. I tell you, if I take a boy on my wings, I'll develop him to the next level. Yeah, and they know that. Yeah?
My son now is 3.5.
Yeah.
Right. When can I drop him off?
5-year-old, bring him to me. 5-year-old, and you watch.
Inshallah.
By 10, he's be hitting the ball sky high. Yeah?
100%.
Inshallah, you know, when I put my mind to it, I
Yes.
put my mind to it, and I don't give in.
Right. The other person that I need to speak about who was very helpful during my program at Edgbaston, Warwickshire County Cricket Club, was Roger Newman, who was introduced to me by Roger Newman, George DeBell. George DeBell was a journalist who worked with the Birmingham Post, and Roger Newman introduced him to me, and he was very helpful to me. In those days, I mean, he arranged meetings with me with Dennis Ennis and everything, and that's how I got the contract. And they beginning to realize then that I wasn't such a bad person anyway. So George DeBell was another one with, I mean, my right arm man was mainly Roger Newman, but George DeBell was very helpful to me. Thank you.
But the problem, maybe going to one of your questions with the Asian community is they want success straight away.
Yeah.
They will have 2 sessions of one-to-one. Oh, my son had 2 sessions, he didn't get in. It doesn't work like that. You can't have this and that. You got to dedicate yourself. Yes, education is important. You can have education. In the spare time, instead of playing the computer at home or doing this, get practice, whether you practice at home, whether you practice at Edgbaston, whether you practice at any other center, you practice 7 days. You know, my Qadir Ali's son, Musa Ali, for last, we've been training, for last 2 weeks, he's missed 2 days. And out of the 16 days, he's missed 2 days of no training, and he got bored at home.
Yeah.
And he's only 14, and mashallah, he's playing really well. And the best of all is Abu Bakr, Moeen Ali's son. Oh,
Wow.
He's a wicketkeeper batsman. He's the best. Yeah. And Hamza is going to be next Surya Vanshi, inshallah. The big hitter. Yeah. So, I have this dream. I have this vision of what I want to make. How, look at the player. What sort of style he's going to play his cricket. Where, you look at Musa plays like his dad, elegant, through there and everything. But I'm developing more shots, yeah. At this time, Caddy was very, very good player of, technically. Never play the shots like Musa plays. He hits the ball miles. And
So Musa is Caddy's
eldest son, and
Caddy's
Hamza Ali is Caddy's, and Abu Bakr is Moeen's son. Yeah?
Oh, mashallah.
We have quite a few coming through.
Oh,
And
I can tell.
will one day, I'll take him to the height that Warwickshire will want to say, I'm going to sign him. I'll sit back and laugh and I'll say, oh, I've done it. The day Warwickshire say,
This sounds so much like Scarface right now.
the Warwickshire say, yes, he's good enough and we'll sign him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign him. And treat the guy same and not white and brown and black.
Do you think, do you think, does it still happen till today? Even though like 20 years ago, okay, it was understandable, white, brown, black people, they were, and today, does it still happen today, or is it a bit better?
It's much better.
Okay.
Our parents don't help themselves. Yeah. Right. I'll tell you a story. When the boy is 12, 13, 14, he develops, he plays well. When they get to 15, 16, and 17, the body parts grow and their interests start to go divert towards the women, girls, and all that. And also they see the world. I should be chilling here. I should be chilling there. I should be going out with my. Why am I going to training, batting? They sort of fade away, and that is when they fade away, and they don't get picked. Oh, Warwickshire are racist. They're not picking my son because of it. That is not true. You know, that is not true. You don't work hard enough. You don't. You don't put yourself in that position to sweat from here. I watched the Indian film, and this guy was doing some boxing, right, training, right, and the coach comes and gives him one on the ear roll, and he looked at what he said. I've been working hard. He said, no, you haven't working hard. You're sweating from here, and it stopped here. The sweat is all in your face.
Yeah.
I want to see sweat from here coming out of your backside. And that's the hard work. And this is what our people lack, the hard work. Yeah. I mean, I'm just giving you an example of Musa training 14 days out of 16, 2 hours of training every day.
Wow.
Whether he makes it or not, I'm putting my heart to it. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. That happens, yeah? It will happen. I will make it happen. Inshallah.
Of course, when your
Inshallah.
grandfather's Scarface of cricket, you got no choice.
Yeah. Inshallah, God forbid,
Yeah.
otherwise, but
You have to give 110%.
I'll give 100%, and God helps those that help themselves.
Oh,
yeah?
100, yeah.
There's
No
no
doubt.
substitute for hard work. You work hard. Yesterday, I was doing some training, and I met Andy Moles, the ex-Warwickshire player, and he was and he was looking at what we were doing, what I was doing. I was in one lane, and he was in one lane, coaching mostly, And he said to me, "Keep up the hard work. No substitute for a hard work." And when I introduced myself, he said, "Oh yes, Mr. Ali, Moeen." He said, "When I coached Moeen for England, and I told England, don't change this guy. He plays the way he plays, and develop him there, and don't change his things, because he will be a different class player." Yeah,
Yeah, because
so, these things. But our parents want a success in 2 weeks or a month and all that. And when it comes to hard work, they got no interest. Like, why didn't he got interest? You spend so much money, get him in there.
yeah,
Batting. Don't talk about parties. Don't talk about this and that. Suddenly, Pakistani, especially Pakistanis, when they're 16, the parents are looking for the girls who we going to marry and who we going to marry. Once you put the marriage in the boy's head, right, 16, 17, they're gone.
end of story.
End of story. The cricket is gone. And then you blame. I spoke to somebody, and he was saying, my son was so good. He was the best player. He didn't get a contract at Warwickshire. They didn't get a contract, so he gave up. I said, well, how old was he? He says he was 16 or 17. I said, well, contracts don't happen until you're 20. Only occasionally a very, very talented boy like Moeen, Ian Bell, and these sort of boys get a contract early, at 16, 17 or 18. Otherwise, you don't get a contract until you're 19, 20.
So exactly. So you rather concentrate of 1920, and if something comes sooner, that means you've done something.
Yeah. I said to Musa, by the time you're 17, I want to see you having a contract, by the 17. So we work towards that 17 goal, right?
Yeah.
If not, you will work hard, you'll get there nearly. And if it doesn't happen at 17, I thought 18 or 19. Yeah.
Because that's the baseline.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, Shabir's grandson, Ismail, is 21. He hasn't got a contract. He's playing well. Today, in the match, the friendly match, warm-up match, he got 89 today. Wow. He's been to South Africa. So he's searching for a contract. It doesn't happen that way. I've seen some very, very good players who haven't got a contract, yeah. And
see, that's like a very typical thing, especially in fitness as well.
Yeah.
Someone goes into the gym, and he expects results in 2 to 3 weeks. And when he doesn't see that,
did that.
And that's it. Oh, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
But he's going to compare himself with somebody who's been doing it for the last 10, 12 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Somebody who's hitting the ball 6 days a week, or somebody who's hitting the ball 2 days a week. Who's going to be the winner? The one who hits the ball 6 days a week, and not the one who's going to.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is something that the parents have to learn.
You go on.
Just a little bit of I am the best developer of a batsman. Young player. I see all the corners. I see what is expected. I'm the best developers. A lot of people know that, and a lot of people are a bit biased. Oh, this and that and all that. I run my academy. I run my academy. We have the best coaches in our academy. I develop the boys nice. For me, whether you're Indian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're Pakistani, whether you're Afghani, whether you're Chinese, West Indian, I treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
They come to me, they're treated the same. I will, if somebody I feel that wants to be a cricketer and the parents are keen, I will develop them and I will develop them to the high level.
So you look at the stats, not the skin color.
Not the skin color.
it's got nothing to do with that.
not the skin color. It's got nothing. It shouldn't be any. There should be no reason, why we look at skin color. Yeah,
Because skin color is not going to make you win matches.
I heard from somebody. The counties are looking for black boys, and I thought, why? We have Asians, we have this and that. We don't have any West Indian black boys. That should never be the case. If the good is good, if a
Exactly.
black boys are going into football, more money and more this and that, more fitness and everything, they choose their career towards football. How many Asians are playing football at a high level? Not many.
Yeah.
How many blacks are now playing in English county cricket? Not many. Because they're diverted to the football. And
everyone's got their own kind of
their own kind of thing.
niche, yeah.
So why are you looking for a black boy?
Yeah.
Bring him to me and I will do the work with him.
I'll find out
Yeah.
who's good and who's not.
good, who's not good. Yeah.
If a parent came to you today with a 10-year-old child,
You're right.
right, what would you tell them to do first?
Well, first of all, I'll ask: do they have they played hardball cricket or softball cricket? If they say softball cricket, I'll say bring them to my foundation class. I will have a look at them. If I think that they can play, right, hardball cricket, you buy the kit and I will work with them. Yeah. So it's development. Yeah. 10-year-old is a good age to start. 80. I've got people who are 6-year-olds. Yeah. I start from 6-year-old, develop basic skills. By the time they're 8 and 9, their skills are better. They can go for county trials, district trials. And because their technique will be good, more likely, more chances are that they will get into Warwickshire district or the county or whatever, development.
So, for example, you've had a 6-7-year-old child who plays quite well. Certain things are not right, but he is comfortable. Would you change that or just leave him in his natural flair?
Well, first of all, I would have a good look at him and develop him naturally. But sometimes you have to change little things, for him to become a better player,
Right.
If somebody is pulling his leg out to play, right, on the leg side, that means he's running down the leg side. So we make sure that his leg goes straighter at the ball head and, he leans into the ball better. So this is the thing, we let him play his own developing game. We have a couple of lads who likes to hit the ball, from the ball one, All we doing with him is teaching him technique to block the ball, block the ball, and then you play the shots, And I don't mind him going through the shots from the first over because he is a big hitter. He's only 12-year-old. He is a very big hitter of the ball, and he's going to be an awesome batsman, and he can bowl as well. And he's a big lad for a 12-year-old.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that makes life easy.
Yeah, and he's my grandson.
He's got no choice. He's got. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders
Yeah,
already.
yeah. He's playing today. He's playing in a game for Moseley Asheville in a senior team. I think fourth team. Adults. He's only 12-year-old.
Wow.
But he was looking forward to it. He had his kit on at 8 o'clock this morning. The guy was going to come and pick him up at 11:30, and he had his kit on 8 o'clock in the morning, ready to play.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's the enthusiasm, isn't it?
That's the enthusiasm. That's the system that you've built. Now, let's walk me through a very typical Munir Ali day. When does it start? When do you get ready? When do you have breakfast? When do you go for coaching? What happens after that? And what time do you come home? And la-di-da-di-da. So,
Right. I get up early.
Yeah.
I always get up about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm an early bird. I get up, breakfast and everything else, and then I sort of have a look at my book, what I'm going to do today. I sort of try to organize my day. If I'm coaching in the evening, which for 6 months I coach in the evening, I will also have a look if there's anything to do with if the boys are off work, off school and everything, we go in the garden and we do some throwdowns and I talk to them about the game. I just don't always coach them playing. I coach them talking to them, their mindset of the game, the psychology of the game, and how you should approach the game and all that, the smartness and being, and also being polite but firm. Polite but firm.
100%.
These are the things I do. And my typical day is I will go and I'll probably go for a walk. At the moment, I'm a bit of a backache and everything else, so I'm not walking for last year or so properly, to be honest.
Right.
And because of my physical health and all that, but I would sort of plan my day, plan my coaching sessions in the evening. Who's gonna coach who and what I'm gonna do? How are we gonna coach? How are we gonna coach and all that? And that's my dream. Watching Moeen on the television. If he's playing like he was playing today, watch his game. If there's there's PSL and IPL, if it's IPL a good game on, I'll watch that. I'm in my room, away from everybody, focusing on the game. I'm so passionate about the game. I'm in love with the game. I'm in the love with the game. I'm not sure that I love my wife first or the game first. But I hope she doesn't listen to that anyway.
We'll make this clip out and just send it just to her, and then delete the clip.
No, definitely my wife then. Definitely my wife then. Yeah, definitely my wife. I love the game so much that I wake up thinking about the game. I go to sleep thinking about the game.
Like, I understand that. I mean, we used to be like that, back in the 90s when we all used to play together at Saltley School. Constant, when we used to live, we used like a little gullyway in a house. So we used to play cricket there, in the back garden, on the street, in the garages, and everywhere was just cricket. That was us, And then Sundays coming to you guys as well at the Saltley, playing there, constantly playing. But then there came a phase after 1999 cricket when Pakistan lost stupidly. After that, it was just a decline. And now it's just that I can't deal with it anymore.
But
so have you ever had those moments where you like, I've had enough?
When I go away, like I went to Turkey, and I went to Dubai to Moeen, and I go to Pakistan. I take my, the book, the scorecard, working out who's playing today,
1971 one.
All the runs and everything, who's batting today and who's not. So mindset is constantly cricket. There is no other thing than cricket for me. So it's one of those, and that's why I suppose I have the passion, and I like to see my sons and my grandsons and everybody make it to the top level, because. I'm 70-year-old, I don't have much to go, but what I want to see before I go is another Moeen Ali.
Inshallah.
I remember somebody said to me many years ago that they're going to be at least 20 years before another Moeen Ali plays for England. At the moment, there's no Moeen Ali that played for England. There's some good cricketers now. Rehan Ahmed is a very good cricketer, but Moeen Ali is Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali. When he plays all levels and everything, yes, maybe one day he's the one that's going to be next Moeen Ali. But I need to see that.
See, until they don't watch this podcast, they don't know that Uncle Munir here, he's got a production line. And in the next 2 to 3 years, we're churning out Moeen Ali.
Right. I have my Shabir's grandson, Ishaq Muhammad. He played on television. I heard commentators mentioned Moeen Ali's nephew plays like, look at that shot. Does that remind you of Moeen Ali? He plays like a Moeen Ali. He is a dashing player. He's the next Moeen Ali as far as I'm concerned. But there is a better one coming.
Wow. See, there you go. That guy doesn't know what he was talking
better
about.
One coming.
So, if none of your children made it professionally, would you still say it was all worth it? What did this journey give them beyond cricket?
First of all, I could never believe that not out of the 5 boys, not one going to make it. But
including the racism, the obstacles that you faced, everything that happened, none of them made it.
I would say that I would given him everything that I had. Maybe I wasn't good enough, myself, to take him to that level, to that level. I praise all the counties that work with them, and obviously they have a major hand in the boys' development. But I was the one who sort of started the development and got them to the system there, there when the counties took over. So the childhood development and this and that. If none of them have made it, I would have been very saddened. I would have been sad. I wouldn't have probably watched the game again. I don't know. I would have been lost. To be honest, in my life, I had nothing. I did nothing for myself. My house has been paid for by my son. My car is paid for by my son. Everything in my life is paid for my son.
But to begin with, you gave everything away.
I gave
for your sons.
I gave everything. In return, I did not expect anything. Right? I remember Moeen saying to me one day, "Dad, if I make it, you won't be poor again." He said, I will pay off your mortgage. I will do everything. As soon as he got to that level, first thing he did was pay off my mortgage.
SubhanAllah. That's nice.
He said, got me whatever car. I was talking to him one day and I said, he said, I need another car. He said, which car? I said, Range Rover. Next day we went, £25,000. He got me a Range Rover. Now he's given me a £40,000 Jaguar. What do I want? Nothing. I don't want anything else. Caddy looks after me left, right, and center. If I don't see him, he rings me, and we live together. So all my boys are, it's the way they developed.
See, I think beyond cricket, what the question was, beyond cricket, even if they didn't make it, they understood family value and what what you gave them.
Yes, but I always say, stick together.
Yeah.
Stick together and you'll be fine. You separate, you'll have hard times. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are. Hard
100%.
times. Brothers stick together. Like us brothers, we went through some very difficult times. Very, very difficult times. Some of them think my house was repossessed. My this was done. I was behind bills and everything. But that wasn't important. If my one house went, I got the other house. If the other house went, I got the other house. So now that I'm living in, it's a big house. Moeen paid for it and everything else. I'm happy. I'm happy, and everything else. What I put in, I got back more than what I more than I put in. And and my children are, for me, they're paradise.
Of course. Before we go into our quick fire session questions. And before we finish up, I've got one last segment that I want to talk about, the legacy and fatherhood. And that is, what matters more to you, your son's success or the men that they've become? When you look back now, what are you most proud of?
The person they are. They are lovely human beings. I haven't met anybody in my life, to be honest, I haven't met anybody in my life that said something bad about my sons. Kadir and Moeen and Omar and my children and my daughter included. They are. I got what I deserved, I think, with all the hard work and a lovely children. And and they're lovely children, and they and I hope that one day when I'm not here, they will take that legacy between themselves, brothers, love. And that is the important thing, the bonding of each other. And that's what's helped them through. When Moeen is playing now, Caddy's watching it on the phone, and although he'll probably be coaching the Worcester first team, he's a first team coach, right? And he'll be there, but his mind will be on Moeen, his mind will be on Moeen. Same as us, we always watching, and Caddy's gone to play. He's a coach, first team coach now at Worcester, and they've gone to Middlesex Lords. They're playing. And we will be watching the team's success. Why? Because
it's been coached.
Kadir is their coach, So we want the team to do well, and the Kadir does well, there's I always loved Worcestershire. The one thing I would say, I always loved Worcestershire because they gave opportunities. They gave opportunities to my boys,
Unlike
Warwickshire. But I love Warwickshire because I'm a Warwickshire man. I want to see a success. I want to be them to say to Munir, you produce some good cricketers, come and help, and let's work. If you got anybody good, bring them to us and this and that. Give me a little bit of respect for what I done. For what I done in my life with the boys and I've been coaching there 25 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
But I still feel that I'm like an alien. I still feel sometimes you go in there.
You're not part of the home.
Part of and that is my home. Warwickshire is my home. I love to, I speak to everybody there and all that. But there's an element of doubt in my mind, what they're thinking about me. They think that I'm a difficult man. I have heard that they think that, Moeen Ali, ignore him,
Don't
he's a
you
difficult
think you
man.
have to be difficult sometimes, especially in the industry you are? You have to be difficult to produce good people. Because when you become too nice,
you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You have to be honest and straightforward, yeah? If you're good at something, you're good at something. If you see something good, you mention something good. If you see something bad, you mention something bad. I have no enemies at Warwickshire. I love Warwickshire staff. I did all that. But they have all done the dirty one on me. They've always done a dirty one from 20 odd years ago up to even now. And I know in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, if I'm still alive, I go talk to them about another child.
lads, there's another one coming.
Yes, same thing will happen again. Same thing will happen again. And once we sign with somebody else, they'll say, "Oh, we'll do this, we'll do this." Is that why is it that if you see somebody, if you see somebody, this is what I believe, who is good, you can develop him. Why not take him in your wings before and develop him?
Do you think that they just don't believe in themselves to be that good, or they don't have the right people? Like you say, they can't tell the difference between a horse and a donkey.
Yeah, some of them are like that, to be honest. They can't tell the difference between a good player. Sometimes somebody's struggling little bit, but if you watch the guy carefully, he's got a lot of qualities. Then you work on those qualities, and they say, "Oh, we have a squad of 14 and we can't be biased. We have to look after it," which is right, 100% right. But in that 14 squad, there must be 2 or 3 who are a bit extraordinary players. So
Exactly.
you have your. I tell you a lad. There's a Charlie Taylor, right? When he was 13, I spoke to his mom and I said to her, "He's going to go far if he's been looked after very well. If he's looked after, he's going to go for very far." He's 15-year-old now, boy, and I still stick to my words that he will replace Chris Wokes. He is tall, he's very talented, and you looked after him. If you look after him, he'll go far. He'll play for England, never mind Warwickshire. That's my prediction. Now, if Warwickshire was listening to what I'm saying, and little bit put an effort, a bit more effort. I know they're doing a lot of work with him. They're developing him. They're doing a lot of work with him. Stick to it. Yeah, don't give up on this kid, because this kid has all the potentials of going and playing for England. Yeah, in that sense, there's few others. Yeah, there's few others there that I think, and there are some of them who are not worthy of a sort of academy. Never mind a contract.
Just one piece of advice to somebody who's becoming a coach.
Yeah.
Right? What are the things to look out for a new player?
Right, new player. First thing
What
you do.
would you what do you look for in a player?
How they play in the box. When they have a box there, right? If you take your hands outside of stump, you're out of box. If you go out, you need to play within the box and develop a good technique, solid technique on the front foot and the back foot, solid good defense. 70% of the batting is defense.
Right.
Surviving, saving your wicket. 30% is scoring runs, right? 3 sixes, 4 fours, 6 twos, 20 singles. Out of the 100, you're only scoring up 30 balls. End of the day, you still got 50, 60 runs without doing anything. And in that 70%, if you add another 10% of boundaries and all that, people don't score hundreds by, These days, yes, the white ball cricket has come on and you're hitting the ball from the first ball and it's talk about the run rate. A proper batsman who have a good technique will do the same job of somebody who just comes in and closes his eyes and hit the ball everywhere. The one who closes his eyes and have a good bash will score 40, 50, 30, 20 quickly and he'll get out, right?
Yeah.
The one who's a proper batsman will play the longer inning and he'll get 80, 90 or even 100.
More and more consistently they'll
More
have.
consistently, yeah. You got to have a good technique to survive, whether it's a red ball or a white ball cricket.
Yeah.
I can turn Warwickshire into a super club, honestly.
Right, if
Some-
Warwickshire's listening
yeah,
today,
some of the lads there are so talented, yeah, but the work, how to develop them is different way.
Wow.
This is my prediction. I'm not saying I'm right. This is what I
but
believe.
I mean, from your experience, you've had four, five, six guys,
I can
from your
develop-
sons, and you know if they've gone to play,
I can turn horse into a donkey. I can give you a few examples, but it'd be a
you
bit
can
rude.
turn
yeah.
horse
No,
into
sorry.
a donkey,
No,
or
no,
donkey into a horse.
Donkey into a horse. Yeah, sorry. yeah, sorry. Well, yeah, also maybe.
we can have one example,
One example.
If you don't mind. If you can give us one example.
We had a lad, right, a lad called George. I won't mention his surname or anything. We had a lad called George. He couldn't even hold the bat, and I started coaching him. Right. Some parents said, "Munir, you're wasting your time with him because he's 13-year-old or 14-year-old, and he's not gonna, he can't even play cricket."
Yeah,
I spoke to his dad. They came to us 3 years in a row. 3 years coached. He played second 11 county cricket against Worcestershire, and he played. I got him to play in the second 11, open the batting. Okay, he didn't get many runs. He got 14 and I think 20, something like that. But he played in that game, and he played well, to be honest, until he hit a big shot. Yeah, but problem with him, what happened when he was 18, he got engaged to a girl.
the
17
girls
got
are always a
engaged,
problem.
and his diversion took, and he gave up. Yeah, I mean that's one. He was from Norway, from 0%. He played second team county game. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was against a good attack. Yeah, in some of the first.
And
day.
that goes to
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you put your
But
mind
yeah,
to
but
something.
he was a brave lad. I pumped him with short ball. He got hit so many times. He used to nudge and then carry on back. A brave lad. He wanted it, but the only problem he had a girlfriend. Yeah, girlfriend, and then his father
You
was
listening there,
disabled.
mate? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to do something in life,
Yeah, it's to be honest, I don't know. I feel, in a way, I feel proud of what I achieved. Yeah, it's just that sometimes I feel I could have done better had I had a support from anybody supported me. The one thing just a little bit I will talk about is sponsorships. Yeah, and
Yeah.
everything. People get a lot of funding. I never, Warwickshire once stopped my funding. When I filled in the forms application for funding, they completely stopped it. Yeah, and so I never applied for any funding. I've spoken to a few people whose sons are playing, of the business people, about sponsorship, so I can carry on with my academy, develop boys and everything. Yeah, and people talk to me about it and all that, but they don't come back to me. So everything that I earn, I put it in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever I earning, end of the day, sometimes the kids are saying to me, "Dad, you're working so hard and this and that." I said, "Son, this is what I enjoy. I can't sit at home.
yeah.
I can't sit at home. I have to charge this, and then to pay the coaches, pay the Warwickshire, and you buy the kit and this and that and all that. I'm constantly putting the money in the. I have a game coming up, 2 games at the moment against counties for my academy, and I haven't got a single sponsor. When I talk to 1 or 2 people, they say, "Yeah, this and that," and then you never hear from them. Yeah, so that means that we, as a coaches, have to put the money in ourselves. Yeah? It's not much, it's about £200-300 a day, for that match and all everything. But people don't help. For some reason, I don't know what's wrong with them. I made tracksuits, and one guy said, "I'll sponsor you," and put my logo. I printed his logo here and everything, and he never gave me a single penny. I got to go to a committee meeting, and I got to speak to the chairman. And
That's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
This meeting today we talked about it, and next meeting was after 4 weeks. So I got fed up. I didn't ask him, to be honest.
That's
And I put a logo on, and then So last time I did track, so I took his logo off.
Of course.
The thing is, this sort of thing, it's if I had a system where I had funding and all that, I would develop. I would get him. I would take some of the. I'm thinking about taking few lads from academy to Dubai in December. Do some training there for 2 weeks. There's an Indian coach, very good coach. Dougie Brown is there. He's the academy there, so I can take them there.
I forgot to tell you, I play cricket as well.
Yeah.
So I don't mind turning up.
Yeah. So for that trip, either the kids have to pay,
Yeah.
or I have to make a good contribution. And it's just that the kids say, Dad, you don't need that. You don't want to spending the money, but it's something that I want to do. Something
You
I want
enjoy,
to
you've done
develop.
it all your life, haven't you?
Something I want to set. I want people to know that Munir's academy has gone to Dubai. Munir's this has gone here. We got this coach. I can hire one day. I can get one of the Warwickshire top coaches to come and spend a day with us, afternoon with us, doing some coaching and have a look in the talent and all that. I can do all those things, but then I say to myself, I'm trying to set up a girls' academy. I've got
Okay.
Ian Moss. He is in Bristol. Yeah, he's got some girls. They came and we coach the girls. I want to set up the girls' academy. The thing is, but the thing is, I need some funding to book their nets separately. Do the coaching on it separately and all that. But
Yeah.
the kids say to me, "Why you want to put the money out of your own pocket?" Yeah.
That's true as well. But, like you said, that's your passion. You've
Passion, yeah.
always done it,
Yeah, yeah.
past 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
That's all you know.
Yeah.
And for you to just because, your sons and everyone's made it, you can't sit at home now.
I will help anybody that comes to me and help.
Yeah.
I will help anybody. And I will develop their child. I'll do anything that I could. If I can do it, I would never say no. I've never ever said, no, I can't develop this guy.
Wow.
That is one thing that I can't develop this guy. If you're a beginner, if you're a softball, cricket, whatever, I will develop you. I will develop you. I'll make you into a player. Maybe I'm not going to take you to international cricket, or maybe not going to take you to first class cricket, but you will become a good individual and good player.
Because
Whether
look,
he
the
is you.
international and A-class teams and all, that's not guaranteed,
That's
right?
not guaranteed.
But what guarantee is that you will be better than yesterday.
yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
The rest is, everyone has to put in the effort, the
Effort, yeah,
time,
exactly,
the sacrifice. You can't do all of that.
Yeah.
Right? So the international level is you put the hard work in and let, God do the rest.
Yes.
And, like you said earlier, people want success overnight.
Overnight,
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Yeah,
And you have to work really, really, really hard.
really hard. Yeah.
And my final question before we get into the Moeen's quick fire questions, is for every parent watching this right now who has a child with potential, but they're unsure what to do, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
Well, if they are watching this, I said, trust in me, believe in me. If you want your child to become a player, cricketer, I will work I'll do anything to develop them and help them. Yeah. And trust in me, and even if they don't come to me, you put your mind wherever you go, dedicate yourself into the game and try to learn. Yeah, and maybe learn yourself as well. What you need to do for your son. That's the important thing as well. That people don't know. They thinking about a child, a boy or a girl, and this and that. The parent that doesn't know that she or he has to also learn what is needed. How many sessions a week do we need? What sort of training do we need? Yeah. What sort of coach? I'll give you a lot of examples. Everybody comes to me and who's the coach? Oh, we want Kadia. Kadia is a county coach, right? He's a first-class county coach. He's an international coach and all that, right?
Yeah.
But one, he doesn't have the time for everybody. Secondly, we have other coaches as good as Caddy, right? But they don't have that name. Name is not always important. It's how you coach, how you coach, Caddy is an excellent coach. I mean, he's coaching for England, and he's coaching for the county first team, and he franchise is coaching. You can't compare Caddy. But there are coaches who are as good as Caddy. Please trust in your coach, whoever it is. Trust in your coach.
Plus, you have to have a coach where your child, the level of your child as well, which makes a big difference, right?
Yeah,
you can't have an international coach
For a
coaching
beginner, for a
a
beginner.
a beginner. It just doesn't work,
Exactly,
does
it doesn't work. Yeah.
it? So you have to kind of
yeah.
take
Stage by
everything in
stage,
steps. Yeah.
Yeah. The good news is I've taken over coaching now.
Oh,
I
that's
haven't
it.
done it for 2 years, but now I've started. So I've done a lot of
We've
hours.
got the
So-
main man.
So I'm the main.
He's
and
the
I'm
main
back.
man. Yeah.
I'm back.
So yeah, exactly. There you go. So let's move over to quick fire 5 questions about Moeen. Right.
okay.
This is particularly about him.
Yeah.
So the real side of Moeen. Everyone sees Moeen as calm and composed, but what's a habit he has behind the scenes that would actually surprise people?
Surprise. To be honest with you, people know a lot about him, right? But the thing is a very good family man. He's very good with his children. He's very good with his wife. His wife is very understanding. I mean, he's always on the tour and everything, and he's very polite with everybody. Yeah. So a lot of people know about that. So there is no. I can't see any weaknesses in him. Yeah. And so I don't know, but I personally think that he's a very good family man.
I don't know, but I'll find out
Yeah,
for you later.
yeah. Fine.
Number 2, dad's pet peeve. So be honest. What's one habit Moeen has that you still tell him off about to this day?
Right. One thing that I have always spoken to him, I say to him, when you go into bat, don't flash. First thing, it should go in the flash. I know sometimes you have to go and you need 13 runs and over and all. Even 2-3 balls. See yourself in. I know that whether he's playing one day international or the 2020 game, if he plays himself in, he will catch up with his run rate and he will score heavy. Yeah, he gets out when he goes there and plays the shot around the very first over. And I always mention that to him, and he says to me, "Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad." But he goes to do the same thing again.
Moeen, if you're listening, don't just say yes, Dad. Do something about it. So number 3 is the controversial one. So was there ever a time where you thought this boy is too relaxed to make it?
No, I think that he was so elegant and flamboyant and so confident. Sometimes I mean, in the youth cricket he scored very heavily, but sometimes he used to go. I mean, to be honest, who he playing against and whatever, he just didn't think about or respect it. He just went and played his game, right? And sometimes I just used to go a bit. Why is he playing rush shot? The other thing, him when he's a captain, he bats himself lower. I say to him, when you're a captain, you're responsible. You bat yourself where you should be batting. And why are you putting other people in front of you? Because then you go in, there's only a few balls left, a few overs left. So that sometimes annoys me. To be honest, why he's a captain and why is he batting himself low?
Is that because he doesn't want to be that typical Asian guy who just first bowling, first batting, everything me?
No. The thing with Moeen is he can bat at any number. If there's an opener not available, Moeen could open the batting, yeah? But I would think in now the age and everything, you should bat at 4 at least.
4.
Number 4 is my number. You could go into the power play and get in the power play, or out of power play, change bowlers, and you'll have a more sort of, and then you have overs to build your innings.
Yeah. So number 4 is, growing up, did he ever slack off or avoid training, and how did you deal with that?
Never slack. I've never missed a training, to be honest. I've not known him. I remember he used to train in where we used to live in Story Lane. There was a Nelson Mandela school, and there's a little park there. And even then, when he was not training with the county, he used to go and train himself. He used to get his local friends come and bowl to him and all that. So he's never been lazy. I don't think that I've known a moment where he said, "Oh, today I'm not going to go to training." Yeah. Having said that, the other day, before he went to Pakistan, he was going to book Edgbaston, and Omar was going to go and feed him, or Omar or somebody's going to feed him. And because he was busy packing and all that, he didn't go training. He said, "I'll go and train in Pakistan." And I thought, Moeen, you could have gone and have a hit. An hour or so. But yeah.
It's all right if you missed your flight. It's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah. You got to have a knock. You got to have a hit.
And the last one is, if Moeen was sitting here, right, with us opposite you, what would you call him out on?
what would I call him out? And I don't know. How do you mean?
Like, what's one thing you would say? Listen, I'm still not happy about certain thing
Okay,
that you haven't actually had a time to tell him about.
Everything, to be honest with him, it's like really is such a person that he has never in his life given me an excuse to sort of say something to him or this and that. Never. I can't even think about, anything controversial or no, or this and that, or something I wasn't happy with the Moeen, and something that I would tell him. He's never ever given me that opportunity. He says he's a very polite. He'll say yes to everything. Whether he does it or not is a different thing.
Well, there you go. You're calling him out on this now.
Whether he does it or not is a different thing. But he will make sure that he says yes to me.
That's fair, isn't it? But I think next time, just tell him that. Pretend that he's sitting here and just say to him, "Listen, next time you say yes, sir, and then yes, dad, make sure you do it."
Right. The other thing I say to him when I say, "Moeen, have you got any money?" And he will go, yes, sir, yes. That's a joke.
But Uncle, it's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, it's been really nice to see you after 28 years.
28 years. It's lovely to see you, and I'm really was looking forward to this. How I was going to speak and how I was going to do this, I didn't know. But I never thought about it. I didn't pre-think this is what I'm going to say. Yesterday, last night, I made some notes. These are the few things that I need to talk about and all that. And today, first time ever that I felt so natural, so relaxed, and talked without any pressure on me. Talked about what's happened and how it's happened. And there's a lot of other stories that I can talk, but I need another 2-3 hours.
Well, I think what we want to do is
2-3 hours.
I do want to get Moeen and you in together one day if that happens.
One day I tell you the best thing will be Moeen sitting there, Kabir sitting there, Caddy sitting there, May sitting there. We all sat there on the table and talk about the history of the Ali family.
Honestly, we need to make that happen. We need to make that happen. Boys, listening.
Yeah, we can make it happen in the summer. Yeah, when they're all here. One day.
I want to take your number. And every week I want to text you and say, "Are the boys here yet? Are the boys here yet?" To the point where
the cricket season is starting. One day when we are all off.
Oh, that'd be so good.
We'll talk to Shazair, and that would be something that I want. I want to speak about the boys in front of them and be honest and how I think. And Kabir, he could have gone far. We haven't talked much about Kabir, how he got into the England team and how they dropped him and why they dropped him. The Kabir is somebody that took a bowler who takes 5 wickets in a Test match, and next week he gets dropped. Have you ever known?
Is this racism?
Have you ever known an English guy who said, I listened to Bob Willis once, the poor guy's passed away now, and a lovely guy as well. And he said, if a bowler is making a debut and he takes 2 wickets or a 1 wicket and his debut, it's a decent run. If somebody takes 3 or 4 wickets, it's a very good debut. And if somebody takes 5 wickets in the Test match, excellent. He deserves another game or 2. I was going to say, what happened to Kabir then? He took 5 wickets and next match he got dropped.
That's he
got dropped, and these things, these things, Kadir, poor lad, he played for England, and what happened with him, with his county, was another 31. Gloucestershire did. He had a 1-year contract left, and a new coach came, and he wanted his team, so they
that's horrible.
Released him while he was scoring runs, and then he went to play at Leicester.
It feels like your boys had to, on each stage of life, had to prove themselves rather than their stats. They had to work harder, and they had to prove themselves to get a game.
They had to,
which is not nice.
They had to prove. Right. Little story.
Yeah, go for it.
Kabir was playing under 15 or 16 for Warwickshire. Under 15. And the captain was away. The Midlands. We went to Midland trials. Right. 5 boys from Warwickshire got in the Midland trials, and Kabir was the best of the all. Right. He didn't get in. The 5 boys, white boys, got in. Kabir, as an agent, didn't get in, right? He playing county. Now all the 5 senior players have gone. Who's going to be the captain on the day, on the Sunday match, Warwickshire under 15 match? Not Kabir, although he was the senior player. Who they made the captain? A boy who was the 13th man. They brought him in the squad saying, oh, he's going to captain the side. He doesn't know Tom, Dick and Harry, who's playing. So they made him captain. Isn't that being biased? Yeah. Why did Kabir move from here? Because they bloody biased, man. This is. I've been fighting my battle with them for like 20 odd years, and I'm still fighting my battle. I am still fighting my battle with them. Things haven't changed. I said to them in the meeting, the personnel have changed, but the policies, Warwickshire, haven't changed.
The system's still the same.
The system is still the same. Yes, they talk to me. We got 10 Asians in this squad. 10 agents, this squad. How many do you sign?
Yeah. It's no point having.
Not a one.
Yeah.
So, long history.
Warwickshire needs to sort themselves out.
But I still love Warwickshire. I'm always there, man. I'm always there.
They're like a Marmite. Either you love it or you hate it. That's it. But Uncle, thank you very much for coming, taking time out. And,
you're welcome. Yeah.
And I'm glad that you enjoyed it. You
Yes,
were
I
comfortable.
Yeah, we're very comfortable.
And,
Enjoyed it really well.
Alhamdulillah, that was the main thing, because sometimes people who've never done this before,
Yeah.
they're very nervous.
Yeah, this is my first one. Yeah, my first one. And I didn't even think about it, to be honest. I was prepared. I wrote the notes, and I thought I'm going to be natural and I'm going to be me.
You were?
Me.
Yeah, perfect.
Me. And if I offend somebody, I apologize. Yeah, I don't mean to, but when they say the truth always hurts. Yeah, and I'm sort of think that I'm always straight and honest, and I speak from my heart. Yeah, I don't have any enemies at Warwickshire, to be honest. But I still feel that they think
can
that
be
I'm
better.
the enemy number one.
Yeah. But I'm really, really, really happy that
That's
you're
good.
here and we've made this happen. But like I says, the main, all the boys, we
Yes.
need to get them around the table and around the table. That's the podcast name.
Yeah.
Man, let's just make it happen. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
And
inshallah.
all the best with all the future projects.
Thank you.
And if we can, I can somehow help raise some money
Yeah.
towards
Yeah.
whatever. Then let's just do it.
That's good. Thank you. Yeah,
And
thank you.
inshallah, see
Yeah.
what we can.
Yeah,
I definitely won't do the put my logo on and then disappear. I won't do that. Whoever that was very cheeky. But thank you very much once
Yeah.
again, and inshallah, all the
No,
very best.
I
And
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from my heart. And
glad.
I'm happy that I talked about it. Sometimes you have things in your mind you want to speak about, and it stick there. You think about it. It's always nice to get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out.
Yeah.
People will listen to me now. People will listen. Whether they said, "Oh, he's a bloody idiot," or whether this and that, that's up to them. Yeah, I spoke from my heart.
But you
I
spoke
the truth.
Did you know that this has been going on for 2 hours, 20 minutes?
What do you think? I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's been some time, but I don't know, 2 hours. Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah, time flies.
Thank you very much for listening. Hope you guys got valuable information about what sacrifice actually looks like and what you have to put in to make great people and great players. It's not just about the winning, the trophies, and all of that stuff. The main thing is what's behind it all. And if you want the next Moeen Ali, then you gotta be the next Munir Ali, basically. So God bless. Thank you very much for watching.